I crash in here for a few minutes?
Smells great, but it also cool as it tells my skin that confidence is very sexy. Don't you think? Original and cooling glue by Magnet. Using the Fearless faucet to create a shower so smart, it can not only sense when the toilet has been flushed, it can also adjust the water temperature accordingly. State-of-the-art technology by Fearless. Get more out of your faucet than just water.
Jeff Gordon, Laughing Cat, Joe Nemechek. Now included 311 laps around the rock. 492 make up today's race. We have on the Caroline Construction of the 71 Dave Marcus. All for the early spin. Terry Delaney and Mark Martin continue to battle for an 8th place. Right behind Jeff Gordon, running right with the lead lap cars, but Spencer into the pits. He's in 23rd.
I think Rockingham tough enough. Look at the view out of the front windshield there. Now this sun is becoming a factor right now. When they go down the front straightaway, when you turn into this sun, you will not believe what you can see. It's not great going into three here. Now when you start down the front straightaway, just past the flag stand here, just look what you can see. This car right in front of you, man. Starting in turn one now. What can you see? So count 7 and turn left.
Rusty Wallace and Bill Elliott. They continue to run at 4th place. What a good that is.
That battle just keeps on. Rusty's trying to pass him. Just keeps on. I mean, they heard him. Brian Rusty. That battle's happening.
This one is Skip when he was 10 years old. Real tiny picture. I'll try to get in closer. Another one here, Skip when he's 10. Focus time. This is Helen Pauline, and I'm not sure the other one, I'll have to get in closer. Helen Pauline and I, so it must be Mac. Alright, this is Grandpa Moffat, my mother's dad, my grandpa, Maxine's dad also. I'll slowly try and get it closer. It's real hard to do this. So his name is David LaHue Moffat. I'm going to try and zip in on that background stuff before I get his face here. It's about the closest in I can get. got the picture right on the lens of the camcorder. Can't get it any closer in than that. Fairly small photograph to start with. I'm taking my time on these. I want to get it as good as I can. I'll probably never get another chance to copy these. The lighting isn't quite right in here either. Try it from the side. Now this one I believe was Pauline and Mac. There's no date. It's Pauline and I. We'll start from the bottom and work up. I like to get the shoes. Okay, now we'll work slowly upward. This is the hard part. Let's get that background over on the right and see what that is first. Kind of a picket fence there. This particular photograph is marked Harold Johnson. There's no date. Once again, these are very small photographs and hard to film. This must be in the 30s by the way he's dressed. This next one is marked Harold and I, meaning Maxine. No date. Mac, you look pretty good there. These next two photos are marked Skip, 10 years old. I think I'm going to get the bottom one first. What I'm actually doing with this camcorder, I'm blowing them up about 100 times. And when you're on the macro position here with the camcorder, you have to focus manually. Okay, I'm going to go up to the top one here. It might be blurry for 1 second. The picture is kind of blurred and faded out on the bottom. We got this one maybe. This photograph is marked Pauline and I at Zettles. It's Maxine's handwriting. Okay, I'll slowly try and go in and focus at the same time. There will be a certain amount of blurriness here. That can't be helped. Like I said, it's manual focusing. Ordinarily you don't have to do this by hand, but when you're shooting on the macro position you have to. And I sure like the car. It's a lot of work doing this, but it's going to be well worth it when it's done. I could do it real quick, but it wouldn't be worth it. You wouldn't be getting every detail like I'm getting here. This one's Maxine again. There's no date. I don't dare take them off the backing or the book that they're in. They'd rip. Good time for the phone to ring. That's my elbow if you hear a noise. She sure looks good on here. something on her arm here, must be a bracelet. I can't get any closer in than that. This one here is Morse and Maxine, Uncle Morse, Zettel. These photographs are very small and they're hard to do. Looking at them with the naked eye, you can barely make out who they are. Got a belt on there, Morse. Something on his arm there. I see a watch. What's on the right? Oh, that's Maxine. She's got a ring and a watch on. No, I lose it when I get too close. Oh, look at the shadow. As far as I know, nobody else has pictures like this. Or maybe Helen or Lucille, I'm not sure. There's Maxine, there's no date. There's Maxine and Pauline. A lot of these I think are the same. Yeah, I'm sure we got this one already, but we'll get it again. There's a window. Looks like Pauline's got her eyes shut. Nice car. Makes me wonder as I'm doing this if what Mac and Pauline would be thinking if they knew I was doing this. That's a nice car. Wish I could see more of it. Photograph is Uncle Miriam and Dad. That would be David LaHue Moffat, my grandfather, Maxine's dad, my mother's dad, and Skipper Don, if you're looking, that's your grandpa and his brother, I believe. 1933. Real tiny photograph. I think I've got one similar to this. So I don't know if I said it, I'm not remembering very well today. That would be Grandpa's brother. Look at the shadows right behind them. I'll try to zip in on their shoes. I'm the kind of guy, I don't like to miss anything. I guess I'm over observant. Which is beneficial as far as I'm concerned. I keep forgetting that I'm filming this and I rattle my mouth a little bit too much. So Grandpa would be the one on the left. Well, the quality of this picture is much better. This one is in 1933, Leonard Moffat and wife. It's amazing how good a shape this one's in. You sure can tell it looking through the viewfinder here also. I don't believe I ever knew him. This picture is very tiny. On the picture, right below this picture, it says us gals and our men. Ha! That's what it says. Is that 1955 or 1935? Must be 55. It's going to be a hard one to get it. They're really, really tiny on here. Well, I can see Morse right off the bat. And that's Pauline he's standing with. It's so hard to get this one. That must be Homer and Helen. Is that Betty down there, or who is it? She's on her knees. I'm going to try and get more light behind me, and maybe that'll help. I don't want to have to do this the second time around. I'll be right back. Alright, I turned the light on for backlight behind me. I'm going to see if it helps. Seems to be about the same. Alright, let's get on to the next one. See what it says at the top here first. Scenes from the opera. Can't really see it. In old Vienna. Okay. I see a big house or church on the right hand side way in the background. I'm going to try and get that first. No, I don't know who these people are. I see some cars way over on the left. They almost look like cheerleaders, or who knows. I'm sure Ma would know who they are. I'm going to try and get the scenery first. In the back on the right. There's some people standing back there. Quite the dresses. One has a date on it, 1937. And there's some names at the bottom. I see the cars on the right. Model A or something. Alright, the names are right below it. I'll see if I can get the names. Bear with me while I focus. One is marked 1933. I'll try and get the name, what's written on top there. My cousins and Hubert. In Missouri. Let's say Woody. Hard. Alright, we'll start from left to right here. Bear with me while I focus. Now, if you want to take an extra long look at these people, push your pause or still button. And if the picture appears to be a little bit jerky up and down, adjust your tracking buttons. I see something in the window there. Looks like a TV, but they sure didn't have TV then, I don't believe. tricky one here. I'm not sure what they're holding. Looks like they've been hunting. We'll zip in here and get a better look. It's a dog. You gotta excuse me, this one is very hard to do. Is that fox or what? I can't see through the viewfinder here. This bottom photo says 1933 also. It says Uncle Marvin, Aunt Neil, I think, Mom and Dad. I'll have to wait till I get in there closer. Just be patient, I'll get in there. That's Grandma and Grandpa. This picture is a little bit fuzzy. Photograph says our old place in Missouri. We'll go in now. Really little photograph. Looks like I'm getting it real well. A lot of memories in that place. Not for me, but you guys. There's a little bit of humor in this picture. This is Woody and Norma McIntyre. I'm going to try and get the scenery in the background first. No, that was the wrong photo I was talking about. We'll get to that one in a little bit. There's no humor in this one. We'll go to the other side now. Get it focused. If you hear me breathing, I can't help it, I'm all plugged up. We're enlarging these about 100 times. Okay, we know who that is, don't we? Boy, that's a long time ago. By just looking at the photograph with your eyes, you can't see who these people are. Little tiny pictures. What's he got in his hand? I'll bet you Woody's kids would love to have this photograph. Okay, I'm going to start from the ground and work myself up. What kind of shoes do we have there? Oh, kind of dressy shoes. I wish there was a date on here. Picture says Norm at the bottom. No date. Just Norma. Another one of them damn little tiny pictures. I'm looking in the background. This one is marked the flood of 1950. The year I was born. That's Woody's house on the left, I'm sure it is. This next one here, what I'll focus in on, this is the flood again, 1950. After is marked Alan Johnson. Right there. Don't forget, use your pause still button. When I get the focus, you'll be able to tell when it's focused just right. Then hit your pause or still button. And you'll be able to take a real good look. I could almost tell you when. Right there would be a good time. And right there. Push your button. Camcorder lens is right on the picture. Mark 1938, and we'll read what's on the bottom. Push your pause still button if you want to read it. I think I took enough time there for you though. Alright, we'll slowly try and zip in here. The second one from the left looks real familiar. Maybe it looks a little bit like my dad, but it's not. Here is Mark's studio apartment at Park River. I'm going to make it feel like you're almost walking down the sidewalk here. And you're probably thinking this is a camcorder, and all it is pictures I'm taking with my camcorder. Now, there's somebody walking way down there. See a car on the right. Here's Grandpa Moffat, David LaHue, pretty good sized fella. Extremely tiny photograph. Mark 1938. And there's writing on the bottom. I'll get to that in a minute. Trying to get the background there. Once again, a very tiny photograph. I see a car. Must be in the winter. I see exhaust coming out the back of it. let's get that writing on the bottom. Mimi, is that Oaks? Woody and Tootsie Larson. Okay. Gladys Eagleson, 1930 something. She's cute, whoever she is. Okay. (1938), Pauline and Mac, I believe. Okay, I'm going to get the scenery in the back first. Go way in and I'll slowly try and come out. Okay, we'll go on the right side. Okay, now we'll get them. Here's another one of Woody and Norma, pretty much like the last one. Now this one, going to be a little tricky to get it focused. The family group in Missouri. This one's going to be a hard one. Real little again. We'll start over here on the left. Little girl looks like Ma, I'm not sure though. Let's see if we can get the house a little bit better. Back it up here. Be out of focus for a minute. There ain't much of the house on that photograph. This is a real treasure. Let me get focused here. Father and mother, William C. Moffat, 1828 to 1908. Cynthia on the bottom. Cynthia A. Moffat, 18... Let me see if I can get that better. I'm having a hard time getting it. 1841 to 1922, I believe. This would be great-grandparents for my ma and Mac and the rest of them. Great, I don't know, I'd have to figure it out. I think it'd be great, it'd be my great-great-grandparents. 1829, man, that's old. It says, of my boyfriend, Paul Bunyan. Huh, Mac had a secret admirer. You didn't even know it. Let's wait, maybe that's her up there. I can't really tell. Must be. Okay, this must be Mac. Looks kind of beat up there. Is that somebody in the window? It says December 26, 1936, the day after the wreck. All right, be patient here. Looks like Bert on the right from here. Wait till I get in closer. Sure, that's Bert. Ruby, Bert, and Mac. This one is Harvey Johnson, no date. Picture appears to be pretty cracked, deteriorated pretty much. These kind of pictures can be repaired. Sears does it. They restore pictures. They do a good job. That's Gladys Eagleson, I believe. Lila Kennedy, and I can't make out the bottom word. I'll get it on the camcorder. Picture of Maxine, there's no date. And it's a little bit blurry. That she looks like Marilyn when Marilyn was little. Pretty fuzzy picture. That's too bad. Betty, Lucille, and Mac. It's pretty blurry, but I'm going to try and do the best I can here. I might have read that wrong. Betty Lou and I, that's Mac. No date. This is Mac. This one's a little bit better. Ain't that something? There's a guy right there, or a woman, I don't know, I can't tell. Huh. All of these photographs, it says at the top, were taken on November 17th, 1940. I think that's what it says. 19... Huh. I'm not 100% sure if that's 40. I think it is. Okay, let's see what this says here. This picture is pretty clear and in pretty good shape.
Super towers. As if you see big shot reports, they usually come with super egos. Well,
In baseball, millionaires are on strike. In basketball, Scottie Pippen refuses to go back in.
Okay, there's going to be a second of bird stuff here. Let's read the thing on the bottom first. Real hard to get it. Okay, Will. Very small photograph.
When they come back,
Let's read the writing here. Norma, Jean, Pauline, Betty, Helen, Lucille, Uncle Spencer. I'm not Maxine. Okay, I'm going to slowly try and get it here. Try and get the background again, then I'll get to the people. So try and concentrate on the background. Let's see what that sign says. Gamble stores. We'll get to people in a second here. Want to get the buildings and scenery here. Okay. Alright, we're going to slowly take it in. I see Macaroni here. I'm sure she's the first one. Such a tiny photograph. If your picture while you're viewing this on your VCR is jumping up and down a little bit, press the button stop, no not stop, pause or still, then adjust your tracking. Sometimes when you make a film on one outfit then put it on another one, you'll have to reset your tracking. I'm hoping you're being able to see this. It's really tiny. I can't get any closer. I've got the pictures right on the lens of the camera. Okay, I can make it out. There's Mosh. She's very young. If that's 1940, she was about 11 then. Who's that guy? I can't tell. You can also have photographs made off of this tape. bring it to any video store and tell them what photographs you'd like. I'm not sure how costly it is. If I seem like I'm taking a long time here, it's because I'm so damn inquisitive. I haven't seen these photographs before either. This was took 10 years before I was born. So it means a lot to me. Alright, once again, let's read the bottom writing first. It's real tiny. I hope I'm picking it up. Alright, let's go to the photograph. And like before, I'm going to concentrate on the background first. And I'm going to slowly bring my hand up to the lens. $19.40. Looks like Grandma and Grandpa on the right. And I see a collie. Be patient, I've got to constantly refocus. Every time I bring a photograph a little closer or out to refocus time. One thing's for sure, it's harder than hell on my back. There I had to cuss too, I keep forgetting I'm on film here. I personally never got to meet Grandpa. He was killed before I was born, unfortunately. Everything I hear is nothing but good about him. I can truthfully say I've never heard a bad word from anybody, and I've talked to a lot of people about my grandma or Grandpa Moffat. It's real sad that somebody with that great of quality had to die so tragically, and a special lady like Grandma had to suffer so much. I hope I'm not rattling my mouth too much. I don't really know who them people are. You probably do. Alright, I'm going to back up and then refocus it and get on to the next one. The kind of work I'm doing here takes a heck of a long time. The movie I made for Mac took me 80 hours, non-stop. Alright, let's get on to the next one. Alright, this photograph says April 5th, 1939, Bert and Gunner. Bert's a pretty nice looking fellow here. Of course I never knew Bert when he was younger. That's the wrong word, but few people know all the talks that I had with Bert, all the rides I gave him. He stayed with me and my dad when we lived up above Ralph Thomas's for a while. I went out to the farm where he worked many times over the years. I'll never forget when I'd give Bert a ride. It was hilarious. Sometimes he'd have a few drinks in him, and I I'd be doing the speed limit and driving real nice because I know how he was, and he'd still get all carried away. And Jesus Christ, can you slow this thing down? God damn it, what's the matter with you? I'd say, Bert, I'm only doing 20, 25. Oh, gee, let me walk. Stop this goddamn thing. And I'd get a kick out of him every time I would run into him. He'd always want to shake hands with me, and he'd do his damnedest to try and squeeze my hand right off. I always liked Bert. You know, he had some hard times, and we all know that. But when Bert worked, it was pretty hard to beat him. I often wonder if sometimes he didn't overwork and that didn't contribute a little bit to his passing. And like Dad, he died way much too young. Maybe there is something to that old saying, "A good die young." Let's get in there as close as we can. This is the first time I ever seen Bert, young. Pretty handsome guy. I see a little bit of Don in him and a little bit of Brent in him. But then we all see things differently. Like when I'd go out and visit Maxine when she was in the hospital here. When Skip would be up there, that's the first time I've ever really seen Mac and Skip. I never knew that he resembled his mother as much as he did until we were up there in the waiting room. So I talked to Marty about it, and oh yeah, Don agrees too. It's kind of a blurry picture here, but I think we're getting it pretty good. So whoever's viewing this tape on their TV, how the hell you doing? There I go, that cussing big mouth again. Lucille, if you ever listen to this, I'm sorry. Helen, you too. Slip of the tongue now and then. That's that French, Alright. This particular photograph is real blurry on the one side. Kind of a partial picture. It says Ruby and I. That would be Maxine and Ruby. I'll try and get it as good as I can here. See a car in the back. I'm not sure what kind of car that is. Looks like about a 35 Ford maybe. If I could see the front end, I'd know. Alright, it's about the best we can get that one. Okay, this photograph is pretty blurry and faded. Ghosty kind of. Bert and Ruby. Ruby, don't take your guns to town. Now, personally, like I said, I have no idea who Ruby is. There's that car. I like that chrome headlight on the right. No, I don't know what they're doing. Maybe I'll be able to make it out when I watch it on TV. Okay. This looks like it says Ruby and Gunner, if I'm pronouncing that right. Look on the bottom of the screen here. Rubin Gunner. Such tiny, tiny photograph. Surprised we're able to get it at all. Here, push your pause still button right now. Do it again now. Again? Oh, I'm fading out there. There, push your button right now. Pause still. Looks like that same vehicle, I'm not sure. On to the next one. This one says Uncle Spencer and Dad. That's more than likely Grandpa's brother. It's extremely hard to get. These photographs are about as tiny as they come. I'm going to be a little jiggly on this one. I've got to hold the camcorder and focus at the same time. And we know one thing, they've got our hair. Then, sorry about that, I lost control of the camcorder. If you hear a crackling noise, I've got a box of Kellogg's cereal underneath it to hold it up. Hear that noise? What I won't do to get these. There, push your pause button. Once again, now with the naked eye, you can barely make out who these people are. I can't help that crackling noise. Just be happy. I'm starting off at the bottom. It says Woodrow, Uncle Spencer, and Hubert. And no date. In a way, I wish people would still dress like that. I like them hats. My father, Orland Sharon, wore one of them. He had it kind of bent up front and cocked to one side. Push your pause button. It's about as good as I can get it. Alright, Our Country Days, Bert and I. And no date. Be patient with me till I focus. Once again, I'm going to try and get the scenery before I get the people. The background. I don't know about you, it's just really interesting to me where they're at, and you never know what might be in the background. And all right, now we'll try and zip in. Pretty blurry here. I don't know how it is on your TV. I wish some of these were a little bit larger to start with. Besides that, from what I'm seeing here through my viewfinder, they both look really good. I just can't get it any closer than that. I've got a touch in the lens.
So after years in the business, you're putting the privacy game to way off Broadway. Can you work on that?
The photograph again is real small. It's Pauline and Mac. But we should be able to get it pretty good. It's kind of neat, you'll be, when a person wants to do a little bit of reminiscing, instead of bringing out old photographs or albums and having photographs all over, just stick the tape in your VCR and away you go. You can even, if you have a VCR of your, a camcorder of your own, while you're watching this on your TV, you can even camcord it on your TV, parts of it, or zoom it in, whatever you want to do. It's the poor man's way of doing it. There's shadows going on here, and I'm not sure what's happening. Back up a little bit and it gets a little bit unblurry. It's so tiny. I'm not sure where this is at. Can you make out anything? I more than likely sound like I've got a mouthful of you-know-what. It's not easy sitting here at my kitchen table trying to narrate this. Maybe with practice I'll get a little bit better. I love photography. I bought this camcorder, 3-4 years ago, and of all the things I own, I probably have the most enjoyment with my camcorder. Made hundreds of movies of most everybody. I could kick myself in the butt for not ever getting over to Maxine's with it. But we'll have this anyhow. Ever since Mac's passing, it seems like I'm compelled every morning when I get up, I put on the tape that I have of her singing. And I'll gladly share it with anybody who wants part of it. The bottom of the picture, right where my table is, see if you can make out that handwriting. It says me, Pauline, Lucille, and Homer. Okay, focus time. I see an old house in the background. Let's get that first. I'm not trying to get the people right now. I'm strictly concentrating on that old house. Get an idea where they were at. Anybody know that place? Alright, let's get the people here. That'd be Mac on the left. I think that's Bert, the guy, and Pauline, and then Lucille. Ah, he's got his arms around the wrong one. What a special picture. Look at them trees. Anything in them trees? Okay, I'll tell you when to push your pause still button. No, not yet. Now, if you read that, it says Bert and Toots. I think that's how you pronounce it. Not very old here. Yeah, I can see Brent in him. A little bit. Got plenty of hair there. And I admire anybody who's got hair. What the hell? Hair today and what's that old saying? Here today, hair tomorrow, or hair today, gone tomorrow? Whatever, but speaking of pictures and hair, well, as far as hair goes on a fella, it's kind of like a picture. If you take the frame away, you're still a pretty good looking dude. I didn't say that right. Oops. We got a cornfield? I can't tell looking through here. Okay, I'll get it as clear as I can and then I'll tell you when to push your pause button. That'd be it right there. Push it. Bottom of the photograph it says Bert and I, so that's Bert and Mac. I don't see a date on it or where it's at. See a guy's hand on the right. I can faintly see a smile on the right hand side of Maxine's face. I should not have on one of the tapes I'd have of Maxine singing. I've done a lot of taping in my life. That was another one of my hobbies. I'm hoping to find even more of Maxine. I have a lot of good times in my life going over to Maxine's, and she'd play the piano and sing and swap stories, etc. If you want a better look at this now, push your button. Photograph, it says Toots on the bottom. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Faded, this picture. Cracked and faded, and that noise in the background is my TV. She looks kind of cute, whoever she is. You want a pause button shot here? Right there, that's about as good as it gets. We can get her shoes. It's a foggy photograph. Okay. This particular photograph says Gunner on the bottom. Tiny picture. I'm not sure what he's doing here. Is that a garden or? You're going to be able to see it a lot better than me. I'm looking through a little viewfinder. Appears to be some kind of a garden. I don't know. Photograph at the bottom says 1939. At the top of the picture here it says our wedding day. Bert at the Reverend's place in Maxine. The quality of this photograph's a little better than the last ones. I'm going to get to them buildings on the right hand side, then we'll get back to Mac and Bert. See anything in there you recognize? Okay, I'm going to get a close shot if I can. Push your pause button right now. It helps a lot when the photographs are in better condition. That song Daddy's Hands come to mind right now. I guess that's how I feel every time I look at photographs of my dad. You probably feel the same way. And there's Maxine's hands. Again, this is 1939, Mac and Bert's wedding day. Let me get the scenery here a little bit. I'm going to zip in on that house. Maybe it's a church, I don't know. It's a large building. Alright, let's get Mac and Bert. There's a new song out right now by Tanya Tucker. She sings about a mother and dad passing away. I haven't got the name of it yet, but it sure tells a lot. Guess I'm trying to put myself in Skip and Don's place, and that song would fit right in there. How true. Maybe you'll hear it sometime. I'm in the center of the picture. Alright, push your pause button. The photograph is of the Reverend's place. 1939. I had 11 years to go there before I was born. I think this is in Park River. I think I've seen this here church. A little jiggly, I can't help it. Photograph is Grandma Moffat. I'll start down at the bottom. Hard one to get. Let's see what's in the background over there on the right. Can't make it out. Okay, it's gonna be blurry for a second here. Photograph is in 1940, Uncle Spencer. I'm not sure where it's at. Maybe we can find out when we zip in. Alright, let's see what's in the background now. There's somebody sitting down in there wherever it's at. Can you make out what that is on TV? That stuff in the background? I see a shadow. Pictures of Homer and Skip. I wonder if Helen's got one like this. Looks like Skip's got long hair. It's not a very light picture. It's dark and hard to film here. I'm a little jiggly trying to get this one. Photograph says normal at the bottom. This must be Bert's dad, would be my guess. I should have a book underneath this camcorder. It'd be easier to do. It says 1516 there on the right. Here's immediate right. And I'll just bet you that's Bert's dad. That'd be Skip and Don's grandpa on their father's side. He's a good looking guy. I'll get it as well as I can. I'll tell you when to press your button. That's about as good as I can get. Push it. Alright, I'm going to put the camcorder down and switch to the next. There's steps. Picture starting from the bottom says Joe and Skip. That must be Joe Gillis. No date. The hair on that Skip, lots of it. We'll get him first if we can. I bet Skip's kids would get a kick out of seeing this one. Marty too. Well, they will. Try and get close here. It's damn tiny. Yeah, he resembles Bert a little bit. Little jiggle time. Can't help it. For people who are first watching this, they probably get the impression that I've went out and camcorded these people. The it appear to be that way, like it was sloppy camcording, but it's not. I'm taking actual pictures with my camcorder, photographs. And that's why it's not perfect. So be happy. Dale, do you always talk to yourself like this? Oh, hell yeah. As long as I don't answer myself. I do that when I'm not on film here. Goodbye, time for the next one. It says the McDonald's in Skippy, and there's no year on here. Let's get Skip first here. What's he got, his head way back? Yawning maybe? I don't know. I love these old houses. This picture is a little bit blurry. Alright. Morris and Pauline, no date. He's got his uniform on. I'd make a comment here, but I won't. Hey Skip, what do you think? We should pick his pocket there or what? Yeah, there I said that comment and I shouldn't have. Well, it wouldn't be stealing. It'd be taking what belongs to us. I hope I'm not pissing anybody off here. If I can't be myself, then what the hell? He was a lucky man to have her, wasn't he? I can't wait to watch this myself. I'm hoping it's worth all my efforts. Bottom you'll see George Dibby or something like that and Eddie McIntyre. Jingle. Let's read what it says at the bottom of the photograph. I'm doing this at my kitchen table. I hope my table looks clean on film. I remember Grandma Moffat, she would judge people how clean they were by how much dirt was in the crack of the table. I'll try hard not to get the lens by the crack in my table. What does that say? Homer, Helen, Carl, Norval, you can probably see it where I can't here. Alright, let's start at the top and work ourselves down here. Get it focused. Well, I can see Bert right away. Oh yeah. Where's that? That's Homer. They look quite a bit alike, don't they? I bet watching this on TV, it appears like it's almost real. Like it's an actual TV program. That's Helen. It's got to be, yeah. Hi, Helen. If you happen to hear this tape, excuse me for my slander. Yeah, Homer, you were a good-looking guy, too. I wonder if this isn't Bert's dad. Now, who do we have here? And that woman. It's too bad Ma or Skip or somebody who was older than me couldn't be here helping me with the names of these people. But I think it would get boring awful soon. This takes hours. Figure from 2 to 3-4 minutes a picture. Take that by times a few hundred and it takes a long time. I started off on this morning and it's 7 o'clock in the evening now. Focus. One more quick shot. On to the next one here. I did that one real fast. We'll read the bottom here in a second. This picture is getting pretty worn out here. I'll slowly back it up. Maybe we can get an idea where it's at. There's snow on the ground. Norval and Sally. Jack, Janice, and Skippy. Something like that. Boy, that's a long time ago. As close up as I can get. If you want to take a longer look, push your pause button. Right now. Nice shiny shoes. Oop. Little jiggly. One is Jack. Let's get the background stuff here if we can first. I don't know about you people, but I can remember back events, times, and places when I was real young. I can remember back to when I was about 1.5. Yet I can read the newspaper and 10 minutes later I forget what I've read. Unless it's something that really pertains and something that I really like myself, it doesn't stay with me. Anything on mechanics that gets stored away in my computer in the back of my head instantly. Perhaps I'm talking again, yakking too much. Not Dale, you're doing just fine. Sure, I could do this a lot quicker if I just give you about a half a second to picture. But, you know, I wouldn't be happy with it. The date on these pictures, it's 1943. This will be the third one. Jack and Maria, these are all 1943. Alright, we'll start at the feet. I don't know, just kind of interesting to look at the old-time shoes and clothes that they wear. It's coming in better.
Burger King only place upsizing. Look at New Hamburg. 75% more pizza.
This picture is George D. No date. I'm hoping I can go to the rest of the relations. If they've got any old photographs, they will permit me to film them. That way all of our pictures will be preserved for forever. You get one. Once you get the first tape made, it's nothing to making copies. It's getting this damn first one made. Looks like a telephone pole or something he's standing by. Large crack there in the picture. Don said Skip's got quite a few old photos, and I've got all my mothers over here filming them. And I'm going to have to call Helen, she might have quite a few. Tape end already? I'm getting a tape end sign. That's already past 2 hours worth? Let's see here. Joe, George, and Lloyd. I'm going to try and go real quick here and before the tape runs out. There's a little kid over in the shadow. Huh. That was a hard one to do. Alright, I'm going to move this picture over here. This is Dorothy something. Can you read it there at the bottom? Alright, let's get her. She's a pretty woman, whoever it is. Okay, it's going to be a little jiggly here. Norval and Mac. This picture is one of them quarter machines they had years ago. It's going to run out here any second, the tape. Now this one, Beverly. Now this one, if I can get focused, Sam Johnson. And I think that's all on this side. Oops, Homer, the tape is ending.